Think plants don't have a personality? Well, you might be wrong. Some plants are outright wicked. Yes, Wicked Plants is the newest exhibit at the Greensboro Science Center. It's actually a traveling exhibit created by the North Carolina Arboretum Society. And when you go inside the old house tucked inside the Greensboro Science Center, you're going to find some truly wicked plants. Come on. Chandra Matheny is the head of horticulture at the Greensboro Science Center. Okay, wicked plants. What makes a plant wicked?
Well, any plants that are like noxious weeds, invaders, or employ some form of toxin are especially wicked plants.
Okay, some of them are smelly. Some of them look beautiful, but they really have some kind of qualities that might not make them so nice.
That is correct. And plants for millions of years have evolved all sorts of strange and unique ways of defending themselves against herbivores for promoting their success in the wild.
Okay, so this is actually set up kind of like a haunted house when you walk through, and each room has something special, a different kind of plant that is taking over, or plants that are taking over or hurting in some way.
That is correct. And here we're actually standing in the weed of mass destruction courtyard, and we have kudzu and all sorts of plants that are taking over, invading, and knocking out other species.
And speaking of that, some of these plants we know because we have them here.
That is correct. There are several that are actually native here to North Carolina and the eastern North American region. We actually have dodder plant over here, kudzu, which is an invader from Asia. A lot of them you will find here in North Carolina.
What do you like and find especially interesting about plants?
Well, the way they have evolved over millions of years is just absolutely fascinating to me. That's strange, a little bit spooky, but fascinating nonetheless.
Let's take a little walk and see some of these wicked plants. How about it?
Look, absolutely. Let's go.
Okay, Chandra, what is this?
So this, very well locked up, is the white snakeroot. It's actually here in Guilford County, and this is the weed that killed Lincoln's mother. Now, it actually causes what is called milk sickness in cattle that graze this plant. And this actually was discovered by Dr. Anna Birksby in the 1830s.
Okay, so then how does it hurt people?
The people will actually drink the milk, consume the toxin that has been absorbed, and that's what does the trick. Yeah.
And so what do farmers do to avoid seeing this around cattle?
Well, there have been a lot of improvements in managing pasture land, taking out weeds like this, and alternating feed.
Wow, scary. Executive Director Glenn told me I had to come into the bathroom, which seemed a little strange when I was about to enter this exhibit, but nonetheless, here we are.
We are here, and in here we actually have an array of stinky plants. And this here is the stinking Benjamin. You might not suspect plants and flowers of stinking quite so much, but this actually is an ingenious idea. It will attract black flies for pollination.
Oh, okay. So it's stinky for a good reason.
It is stinky and that is what promotes its survival in the wild.
And so it's not hurtful, it's just smelly.
It's just smelly. You would not want to eat this plant. It is native to North Carolina mountain regions, but it is a smelly plant.
And by the way, when you come, you can actually lift these little boxes and smell for yourself. We're back in the weed room, I see.
Yes, weeds of mass destruction. I've got one here that's really almost like a vampire out of the plant world. This, actually the orange here, is called the dodder vine. And it will actually go onto another plant, take it over, its roots will die back, and it will begin taking nutrients out of the plant itself.
Oh, so directly from the stem of the other plant that was growing there in the first place.
That's correct, and you can find it here in Greensboro, North Carolina.
Allison Menka is the School and Aquariums Program Manager at the Greensboro Science Center. There is so much to learn in this exhibit, and it's not reading a book or a pamphlet or headphones. It's actually exploring and interaction and doing and investigating even.
It is. This is fortunately one of the exhibits that encourages you to look and touch and to open things and to pick things up and investigate. So this table right here is talking about all the different foods that we eat on a fairly regular basis. and that have some darker sides to them. So there's a little mystery here on each of the plates, and you have to use your magnifying glass to discover what that mystery is.
Okay, so when we're talking about these foods, I'm curious, are they on the table and then you're trying to figure out from these clues maybe what they are?
Yes. So all of these things that you would find on your table and to eat at various meals, they can all have darker side effects if either they're eaten too much or prepared improperly. And so each plate here gives you a little clue, and then you have to see if you can figure out which one it is, and then you use this to see if your answer was correct. So there's lots of different things in here. You can pick them up, you can push buttons, you can open doors. It's very interactive.
Okay, there's a mystery that you can solve too. So let's go talk about that. Belladonna took an unfortunate end, and we are in the room where she supposedly died. Okay, this is not a true story, but it is a great mystery that you get to help solve.
It is a mystery. It's a little bit like an escape room where you are presented with this problem. Poor little Belladonna, she has passed away, but what caused her death? So there are clues all around this room to help you solve that mystery. We have a bird over there that has passed away, one that has escaped over here. We have an eviction notice that's half burned in the fireplace. We have a mystery plant right behind us. We have a little bit of blood on the table, and we have various plants that are talked about all around the room. So your job is to look at all the clues around here and figure out how Belladonna died.
Oh, I love this. This is, you get to be a super sleuth.
You are. You have to figure it out. You have to read the clues. You have to put all of those clues together and then solve the mystery.
Okay, and I understand that you are particularly fond of some secret agent things that are in this exhibit. So let's go take a look at those.
All right.
All right, at first glance, this umbrella should really have no place in a wicked plant exhibit, but oh yes.
I know it's not going to be raining anything down on your head, but why is this here? Well, it turns out that some plants are harmful and some are helpful. It depends on how you look at them. So this one here is an example of an umbrella that was used by the KGB, allegedly, to go ahead and commit some murders. So it actually used a plant called ricin, and it embedded that plant inside the tip of the umbrella, and then the secret agent would come up behind somebody and jab them in the leg and insert that little bit of ricin and cause their demise. So there are many different plants that are used for many different reasons. So this is one that was used back in the spy era in the Cold War.
For very nefarious reasons, yes. Okay, thank you. What plant harbors salmonella in its raw state? I know the answer, but you'll have to come to see Wicked Plants at the Greensboro Science Center if you want to find it too. Wicked Plants is open every day. The Greensboro Science Center is open. It's a little additional cost with your ticket, so when you're at the counter buying your tickets to come in, just tell them you want to see Wicked Plants too. And of course, you can find out a whole lot more about it by going to the website greensboroscience.org.